here once before and I decided to bring my friends back. We're up for the weekend and the guys just walked in and they're absolutely just wowed by it. The scale of the place is just immense. It's just a magnificent building. Went up the Minster Tower and we've just been sort of wandering around looking at the carvings, looking at the stained glass windows. We've just had a fantastic day today.
The name of the Shambles comes from the old butcher's shops which used to get all along the street here. You get such a warm welcome when you come to the Shambles, both as a tourist and a shopkeeper. There's a little Twitter community where everyone helps each other out, promoting each other, and in a lot of ways buying from each other too. When we first got a shop in the Shambles, I was amazed that I could be part of this history. Every day I come to work, I love it. I feel like I'm in a movie set.
Well, we used to always come here when we were children as a family to Betty's. It was just a lovely place. Every weekend it was a special occasion. My favourite food was always a fat rascal, which is a cross between a scone and a rock bun. And that was the best thing I could ever have. So every weekend I'd rush in here to have one. And you just felt so special here, because Betty's is a very special Yorkshire thing.
I've been coming here since I was 4 years old. This is the most wonderful place to visit, whether you're small, whether you're an adult. We've got 2,000 years of history. They're just a wonderful place from which you can see the city. I just love being on these walls so much. I just love coming here and I love bringing people here.
It's brilliant when you come in here with visitors because you get more senior people getting inspired and remembering what they used to see on the railway, so all these old steam engines running, which is brilliant. And then they're telling younger generations about what they remember, and these young tots can come in and they get really excited when they see massive steam engines. This is my perfect job working here because I really like talking about trains and just talking in general, so it's fantastic, the best job in the world.
My first introduction to York was when I was about 5 years old. I heard the Roman story for the first time, the world-famous Roman story that happens over there at Treasurer's House. Now, as an adult, when I arrived here in York, I'll admit I wasn't much of a believer of ghosts. But thankfully, as I've been invited into the history and the legends of York, well, the ghost stories which are wrapped up in all this history, well, the more I've read about them, and the more I've researched, well, I'm glad to say I'm now a believer.
It's fantastic. I love shopping in York. Got all these old buildings that are intertwined with each other. You go down to the Shambles, you've got all streets, you're looking up at the buildings thinking, wow, this is amazing. So you get so many unique shops in York, and then you've got modern high street shops as well, so it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic. I wasn't born here, but I'm born to shop, definitely. I'll shop till I drop.
The Viking Festival is really, really awesome because not only do we have loads of events and fantastic things going on with the Viking Centre itself, but we have living history encampments. We get the muster of nearly 500 Vikings marching through the city centre and through the town. People get surprised as well at how realistic the models are. So everything at the centre, it's not made up. It's a wonderful attraction, but it is based on the remains. It's as true as to the Viking age as we can make it. It might sound a cliche, but the visitors and the people and the different people that you meet on a day-to-day basis is what makes it really fun and interesting, because no day's ever the same.
Well, I've lived in York all my life, and as the museum's been open since the 1930s, I visited as a child, right from a child, and then I brought my sons who are now in the 30s, they came to see it. Everything you see is original, the packaging, the shops, the shop windows, so they come into the Victorian street and they see the scales and they can weigh the teas, and they see how things have moved on so much. It's amazing how many people tell you it's the best museum they've ever been to.
Yeah, the first time ever we came was 10 years ago. I can't believe how quickly it's gone. And of course, we just had nothing like this in the north of England at all. No mazes whatsoever. So nobody really knew what to expect. We turned up with the kids, brought it for the first time, didn't know how high the maze was going to be. Absolutely blown away. In fact, sometimes we're here nearly every week in the summer. There's water. Well, there's a little water park that kids like to get me in and throw the balls, and I get really wet, of course. Do you know, the list of things to do is amazing. You can clearly see why the York Maze won my York favourites, People's Choice #1. It really is the #1 place to go with your kids.